Hello and welcome to Points of the Crown. It is Wednesday, September 3rd. I am Steve Messenger, your host, and of course with me is none other than James, Sketching the Beast. How we doing, James?
I am fantastic, man. How are you?
I'm all right. Doing all right.
Good.
I'll tell you what, man. Whatever bug I picked up in Chicago, I've had this lingering sinus thing, and it's been like 2 weeks now. I'm almost 100% through it. Almost.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I still got the throat tickle. It's been like a week. It's been over a week now. So it's
no bueno, but I'm feeling a hell of a lot better. I got some good
Awesome.
rest this week. Having the Labor Day, a little bit of time to relax, sleep in.
Yeah.
I slept in till 9. That's a lot. That's like unheard of. Unheard of. I woke up, didn't know where I was. No idea what was going on, but we got Dave in the chat. What's up, Dave?
What's up, Dave?
What is good, my man?
What's going on? It's funny. You sleep till 9, man. It's like my average. This is like averages. I sleep till 9, and then I wake up, go to work. I'm a late bird, as you know. I'm up till like 1 o'clock in the morning most nights doing art and stuff. So it's so funny how different our schedules are.
I used to be a night owl, and then you work for a major corporation for 20 years that requires you to be up somewhere between 4:30 and 5 in the morning. And I've just recently started to come off of that over the last, call it 6 months. Like my routine is around 7 a.m. waking up.
Yeah.
But Dave knows all about that early bird getting the worm.
Yeah.
Tell you what, my favorite was I was working 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. for several years out of high school.
Oh, wow.
Which kind of sounds awful at first, but I would stay up till like 4 or 5 in the morning, wake up at noon. My life is great.
Yeah.
No one's around
before work. Yep.
This is back when you could go to a 24-hour grocery store and not have to worry about, them not having milk.
Right.
That's what everyone's concerned about. But folks, it has been a busy couple of weeks. We got lots of updates for you. My update for Nightmare Weekend is going to be really short. I said Nightmare Weekend Cleveland. I'll have a very brief update for that.
Okay.
There's been a lot going on in the AI world. You know me. I've said it many times. I don't necessarily want to belabor the AI point, but James, would you say this past weekend was a big weekend in the world of AI?
Oh, yeah. And how the dominoes have begun to fall.
Yeah, the turns are tabling.
Yes.
The
turns are tabling.
It's a lot going on in that world. So we're going to spend probably a decent amount of time going on about that. But first, James, I have one video I want to kick off here. This
starting off a little different.
Yeah, well, I wanted to, break the ice a little bit. Have you ever bought something like real fancy, something you were really proud of, just to have it like destroyed in front of you moments later? Has that ever happened?
No.
Well, it happened to this fella.
Uh-oh.
This is a brand new $950,000 yacht. And they launched it. Things are looking good. Oh, God. Spoke too soon. Yeah. Pretty sure it's not supposed to do that.
No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to float.
Yeah. What's interesting about this video, other than the fact that you just literally threw $1 million into the ocean, is that they did it with like the old school, like this is how they think that they put the pyramids together, like the logs on the ground.
Yeah.
We're using the logs on the ground method to launch your $1 million boat.
Yeah. Oof.
I'm not a civil engineer, mechanical engineer, any of the above, but I feel like the logs on the ground isn't the best option for this.
Yeah. Wow.
Ben says it best. He had one job, yacht.
To float.
That
was your only job. This is like this is like what happens if you buy a yacht off of Temu.
The Temu Yacht Club. Oh yeah. I wonder.
It looks good. It might not float.
A company out there putting together budget boats like that. There has to be.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
If someone can find that, if you got a link to a sketchy boat company, I do live pretty close to Lake Erie. Maybe we could do a live show from the lake.
That would be just ridiculous.
Yeah, I did have one. So, like the first car that I bought, where I had like a car payment, like it was a major deal in my life.
Yeah.
Still a used car, but I bought a Chrysler 300.
Oh, okay.
And this is back when they were like baller.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking love that. I miss this car. It's like riding around in a hot tub. I go to my dad's house to hang out for the evening. I get there. Moments later, the neighbor kid comes just ripping up in his little ATV. And this kid's like, I don't know, 9 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And he parks quite a ways back, which is fine. He gets off his little ATV and he goes to run inside. He always does. He's always hanging out,
Yeah.
Eating dinner with us and stuff. Out of nowhere, his ATV fires up, goes full throttle into the back of my relatively new Chrysler 300, putting a nice dent right in the bumper.
Dang, dude. Yikes.
Come to find out, this, again, 9-year-old maybe, kid, 10-year-old,
yeah,
has a remote start for his ATV. And sometimes he came out crying. I felt bad about that. He was crying. He came out apologizing and said, sometimes it just does that. What? Yeah. Not great. Not a great look.
Maybe you need to chain your ATV up.
Yeah. Take the batteries out of that remote.
You gotta have to have one of those signs that says instead of beware of dog, it's beware of ATV launching at you.
Yeah, man. In my dumbass, I thought I would be able to go over. It was just moving a little bit at first, but I guess the throttle sticks on it too. So,
oh my goodness,
faulty self-start, remote start. It should be remote start. Throttle sticks. Well, I went over there like I was just gonna like put my hand down and stop it. I said, I'd probably just stop it with my foot. I go to lift. It knocked me completely on my ass.
Oh, geez.
And then slammed into my car. It was great.
Whoa.
It was great.
Dude,
we got some chats. We got some chats here real quick. Siren Song on Instagram says, yo, Steve, got a color 9x12 on your Kickstarter. Can't wait.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to do an update for the Kickstarter. We just closed out.
Nice.
Got to send some updates there.
Heck yeah, dude. What'd you end at?
Just over, I believe, our second stretch goal. So everyone, not only physical backers, not only getting the book, but I think they're getting 2 different kinds of trading cards.
Heck yeah, dude. That's
like
awesome.
The standard one, and then we did some pinup ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just finished up finalizing the lettering. I'm doing one more proofread, and then I'm sending out for a proof. I'm not sending, like I did last time, for the entire order, getting a proof first.
It's a good call. But you know what? Yeah. Even if you get a proof, they can still screw up when you do the big order.
True. At the same time,
I have a story behind that. But
yeah. What got messed up?
I just got all of my trading cards ordered.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I got them all. We're gonna start packing these things up. I got them in like a week ago. Or 2 weeks ago. I showed you. I finally was like, I'm gonna start packing these up and start like organizing them because they had them in packs. And they were like sorted really weird. It was like 2 of each character in each pack. It was like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It was like, I don't understand why you did that. But so anyways, so I start organizing them, and I'm like, this is weird. Why are these cards different sizes? I'm like, what is going on here? I measure them.
Oh no.
I start measuring a bunch of cards, and I'm like, I have 4 different sizes of cards here.
Yikes.
That is not what I ordered. Now, so I start sorting through them, and I'm like, okay, this is like 3/4 of the order is bad.
Not good.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not saying, I mean, like there's like a small tolerance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like
you're gonna have some stuff get messed up.
Yeah, like a millimeter. But when
Right.
you can see like a clear drop off the card before card 1 here and card 2 is here, that's not good.
No bueno, man.
Yeah. So I emailed them. They're gonna make it right, thankfully. And they're like, "Oh, well, we got a new card cutter. You'll be happy to know that this one will cut with more accuracy." I'm like, "Oh, that's great to know. Thanks."
What is going on with the quality control at some of these companies? It's wild.
I don't. Yeah, man. I don't know. I do not know. Yeah. But they're reprinting
good
all the cards that were bad.
Good. Well, it just sucks that now it's on you to have to wait. That just sucks.
It does.
Mikkella's back. What's up, Mikkelle? I think she saw the AI flag go up, and I will say, of all the fellow friends, she is the staunchest supporter of no AI.
Oh, good.
She actually has the sign on her booth.
Oh, nice. I've been thinking about doing that. Yeah.
I used to do it, and then I had some asshole kid come up to my booth, and he's like, "Your stuff's not good enough to look like it's AI." I'm like, "Get out of here, kid."
Oh my god. What a D-bag.
It was not I don't know. I got a laugh out of it.
I cannot believe somebody came up to you and said that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh no, Michael has claimed that this was his yatch. This yatch that went down.
Yeah, your yatch.
And he is also might have been the guy that fucked up your cards, by the way.
Wow, dude, come on, man. Come on. All right, do better next time.
I don't know the Allen Iverson reference though.
Oh yeah,
but yeah. So any artists hanging out in the chat, if you feel like jumping in on the AI conversation, we're going to talk about the story real quick. But if you guys want to jump in or just chime in the chat too, that's fine. Let me know. I could send you the link if you want to jump in, chat, all that good stuff.
Oh, AI, Allen Iverson.
Oh, got it.
Our heads.
Dude, I'm not the fastest. Let me see here. Can I share this tab? All right. So to preface our conversation this evening, in regards to AI, I have taken a fairly, I don't know, like it's out there. It doesn't really affect me that much. I've been kind of hands off about it, right?
Yep.
I don't know about you, James. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, are you talking shit in the chat? Clearly, I'm not that fast. I'm sure that's what you meant. So, while I was
talking that stuff,
while I was looking through, getting ready for today, I saw this meme. Says a lot of negativity towards AI in the D&D community lately, but consider, are these tools ethical or environmentally sustainable? No. But do they enable great things that people want? Also no. But are they being made by well-meaning people for good reasons? Once again,
no.
Maybe you're not being negative enough. The only thing that I will contend on this is that there are a lot of people buying this stuff at conventions. They're walking through. Most of them aren't stopping to think like, is this an AI prompt? Is this AI art? They're just, oh, that's amazing. You made this? Oh, that's great. So
and to the untrained eye, and this is where it's tough to really educate people. I mean, there's the obvious, oh, the finger thing, but I mean, who's stopping and staring at everyone's individual piece of art and be like, oh, does that guy got 7 fingers? Oh, maybe he's got 4.
Well,
you know what I mean?
It's gotten a lot better though too. With the with the finger thing, and that's someone brought up. Mikkelle, I'm sending you the link if you want to jump in here. I think I sent you the link. Should be showing up in your messages, but the finger thing is a dead giveaway. I'm like striving to make sure that I'm doing my hands as best as I can these days.
I know, because now we're like feeling like we're getting judged based on whether or not we drew our hand properly.
Especially if you got someone holding a gun, and you got like these fingers everywhere.
Yeah,
making sure that I'm getting those in all the right places.
Yeah.
Ben says, did you see the Mr. Monopoly piece with a number of fingers on each hand for this dragon? I did not see that.
Yes.
You know what? I might. I have a bunch of pictures pulled up. We'll take a look through some of this.
Don't call me, Shirley.
I feel like by the time I get to Michael's chats, I'm already like 3 minutes behind the reference, which is unfortunate.
Okay.
All right. So, James, I don't know if I can't remember if you sent me Bleeding Cool or if it was just like a Facebook post, but Bleeding Cool does have an article on this. We're not going to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Feel free to head over to Bleeding Cool to check it out. But the bullet points are: police were called to Dragon Con after an artist was accused of selling AI-generated artwork at their booth. Vendor Oriana Guerres faced backlash and was asked to leave, sparking heated debate across social media. Dragon Con currently lacks a clear public policy addressing AI. Controversy follows past AI art incidents with Dragon Awards and Fan Expo Canada, which Fan Expo Canada apparently had a big thing too just recently, a week or two ago. I didn't hear about that.
Oh, I didn't hear about the Fan Expo one either. Yeah.
Yeah, but this was the exhibit in question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only know a couple people that were there. I haven't had a chance to talk to them. But oh, hey, look, Mikkel's here. Hi, Mikkel.
Mikkel, what's up?
What you working on?
I don't know. Am I? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
There we go. What you working on?
Oh, I've got new set power armor right here.
Nice.
I messed up all the metal over here, so I have to redo it, but we'll get there.
Nice.
Looking sick.
Very cool.
Thank you.
An artist actually doing artist stuff. That's great. Good to see it. Good to see it.
Yes.
Yeah. Mikkel, did you hear anything about this Dragon Con thing?
I did, yeah.
I think it's hard. I think at this point it'd be hard you'd have to be under a rock if you hadn't. I mean, it's everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything until you sent me something, James. I've not been paying attention to anything.
Well, get out from underneath that rock, brother.
It's comfy. Mikkel, you weren't at Dragon Con, were you, Mikkel?
No, this year I did not even try because I had a concert I wanted to go to. But I've gotten
that's right.
I've gotten not one but two rejection letters from them every year that I've tried. So looking forward to adding to that stack next year.
Nice. This is Dragon Con the one that you have to pay to apply?
No, that's San Diego actually.
Okay.
San Diego just sent me an email saying, hey, you need to pay your deposit for your application. And so it's 25% for San Diego, and San Diego's booths are insane. So it's like a lot of money. I'm like,
yeah.
That's refundable.
Yeah, it is refundable if you don't get in, but
okay.
Yeah.
That's still that's a lot of money to tie up.
That's a whole nother topic. Some of these conventions that are taking like half down deposits that are, we'll refund you if we don't approve you, but we won't tell you if you're approved for months from now.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Anywho. So yeah, the story kind of goes a couple different ways. The best that I could put together is that there was a dude selling art at this booth, but he had put up, I believe it was his girlfriend's artwork for the application.
Mm-hmm.
Something to that effect.
Yes.
And the majority of the artwork that he had, even though some of it looked like it was original, like hand painted on like stormtrooper helmets, a lot of the poster prints that were there were allegedly AI.
Yeah, I actually know a little bit more about it.
Oh yeah?
Ooh,
yeah. So apparently, artists figured out who this person is on Instagram. And they have been messaging this person and tagging them and stuff. And the person, whoever's running this Instagram, is sending back not very nice messages.
Yeah. I've seen the one where he says something like, oh, yeah, there it is. You guys are sore because you don't sell stuff. And we'll be forever broke.
Yep. He's like, I should just send you a spreadsheet of my sales from the weekend because you guys are just all salty and stuff like that. So
yes,
it's why is the going trend that all the AI bros tend to be very aggressive when confronted? Why is that?
Well, they were caught, bro. I mean, it's like you're stealing cookies out of the cookie jar. What do you be like? What are you saying? Like, well, I deserved it, didn't I? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
I think it's, I don't know. It's got to be some kind of primal defense of like, you're in the wrong. So if you just bare your teeth and show your teeth, people will stay away.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Allegedly, that's a thing. Like if people are like really toothy, like when they're talking to you, it's.
And then it's like, oh, I'm not really hurting anybody. Why is this a big deal? And then it's, oh, well, I didn't steal the art just because I prompted it. Doesn't mean I stole it from somebody. Well, I mean, it's like there's so many things that go so deep into this, and like none of these guys understand it. Like,
yeah, I mean, we won't get into the full ethics of AI stuff tonight. It's been beaten to death. But here's Ben is my man behind the keyboard. He just sent me this. This is the Mr. Monopoly in question.
Yeah, he's got 4 fingers on one hand and then 5 on either.
It's I don't know. Just walking by, I wouldn't be able to tell you right offhand if this is AI or not. The only thing I'll say is that like this style of inking, with all of these uniform pullouts everywhere, this has been showing up more and more in AI art.
Yes.
So if you see a lot of digital inking that has this very perfect pullouts everywhere.
Oh yeah. See, you're way better at picking it out than I am. I mean, even when we like walk around, I sometimes I'm terrible at picking it out.
Yeah.
And I think I've gotten a little bit better, but it's almost like I don't want to have to be suspicious. I'd rather like look at it and assume that it was made by the person sitting there, but like,
you're a nice person.
Yeah, well, not that far, but
she's nice enough until she doesn't have to be. And you do not want to mess with Mikkel. If there's one thing I can assure you.
Good.
Dave has the best 2 cents on this as to why they're jerks. He says they're punks. That's why.
Yeah,
that's absolutely.
That sums it up. Yep, sums it up. Yeah, you can't tell from this distance, but if you look at like the fretboard, you can see like the strings kind of appear and disappear as they're going. It's the weirdest thing. That's obviously another one. And then like this obviously doesn't have any background, right? But it usually in AI, you'll see like random artifacts. And the closer you get to it, you'd be like, what the heck is that?
Which might be like this here. This might actually be part of that because it looks kind of. I know it's hard to tell on the smaller YouTube screen, but big thing is that like there's, I don't know. The last thing that we really need is people walking around Artist Alley pointing fingers, going on a witch hunt.
Yeah.
At the same time, when you got people like this that are in there that are not adding to the culture. If anything, they're there to take away from it, gloating about how much money they made. Like, I don't want that in Artist Alley anyways.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this is all alleged. I have no proof one way or the other if this person is making AI art or not. Right?
Yeah.
That's my legal disclaimer. Sure looks like it. And if they weren't using AI and they did get kicked out, they're probably going to have a really big number of lawsuits ready to go.
Well, yeah. So I've heard also that this person was taking commissions and was telling people to come back on Sunday or whatever.
Yeah.
At the end of the show to come pick them up, or that they would ship them to them. So I'm curious the amount of people who didn't get their stuff that they ordered because of the situation. The guy shouldn't have been there in the first place, right?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I've seen some folks with like their iPads doing commissions for people at shows.
Yeah.
And they literally just email them to them when they're done.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Or they can like order them prints of it off of whatever, but I don't know.
I've never even thought of that. That's pretty smart if you're a digital artist to do it like that.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few folks do that. And there was a gal, I couldn't tell you what show it was, but she was doing pet portraits. She's doing for like $20. And all weekend she's just sitting there doing pet portraits for people. I'm like, you need to charge more. She's like, it's digital. I can't give them a real thing. I said, you're still taking the time.
But yeah, because I mean, they're gonna go print it out, I'm sure.
Yeah,
You know,
nothing. My gosh.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
absolutely. So all that to say that, okay, Dragon Con, they sort of they set their standard. They're not going to allow it. I don't know. I didn't look to see if there's anything in their actual application that says you can or cannot use AI.
For
Is there?
Dragon. Yep. Yeah.
Now, I think the problem that they're going to run into, because like if we go back to this this wonderful Mr. Monopoly here, is it Uncle Pennybags? Was that his name? I think it's Uncle Pennybags. The next argument that's going to come up is, well, what if they're photo bashing with it? What if it's part like they almost like they're doing like a photo bashing? They're making a collage out of different images. Wouldn't it be better if they were using non-licensed AI material and was non-copyright, none of that, than using someone else's material?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of questions that kind of come up with this. I mean, it's and then there's the argument of and I'm not making this argument. I'm just saying there's that argument of how much does it take from the AI art, from the AI image to make it actual art? Like what needs to be done to it to make it art, and how far do we push that, and blah blah blah. Kind of like you were saying, like with photo bashing and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a dude like across from me at Chicago Nightmare Weekend that he was taking AI portraits of girls, tracing it onto a canvas, and then painting it. So,
yeah, I know a couple people like that, and yeah, not gonna get into it, but the I know at least one person who shall remain nameless that ever since this Dragon Con thing has dropped is coming out full force on all of their social media saying, oh, AI is bad, and like literally a ton of their stuff is from AI.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, and
then to hide behind it, like,
yeah,
like, oh, I don't do this.
There's no integrity on that side of the fence, man. They'll throw each other under the bus in a heartbeat. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw the other day somebody is clearly taking, and I'll tell you the funny part. So someone is clearly taking a AI image and vectorizing it. So like breaking it down to basic colors, and then cutting it out on a Cricut on vinyl, putting it together. So instead of printing it, they're cutting it with vinyl and assembling it, and then putting it on a comic blank. And here's the kicker: then they sign it.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, then they sign it afterwards.
That's insane.
Yeah, like he did the art. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, but some people be like, well, that's art. I mean, he had to do all that work to assemble the Cricut image.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but then he signs it like he did something. Like,
yeah, that's going to be the debate with a lot of folks, because there's currently people that are at these conventions that are using AI, and they've justified in their head how they're using it. That if you just say that you're no longer allowing it, well, what about the folks that have been using it for a while now that have justified it? That if you walk up to their booth and say, "Did you make this thing?" They said, "Yes, I made this thing."
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, not real sure to say about all that. Friends in the chat, feel free to chime in if you have any comments on what you think should happen here. Should all AI, no matter what, be banned? Should it be allowed if the artists are tracing it? Like, is anything okay?
It's like the food market. They're allowed to use like 2% of whatever they want and not put it on the label. So, does that apply here in art?
Yeah, should they have to put up a label and saying, I traced this from AI, or I drew this, but I traced it from AI, or how does that work?
Yeah.
Well, the next problem that it devolves into is and I think it was GalaxyCon. I was looking, we'll get in, you know what, let's just go and get into it now. GalaxyCon has kind of followed suit.
Yep.
I'm not going to read this whole thing, but the big thing is the way that artificial intelligence is currently being trained presents many ethical and moral issues that simply can no longer be ignored in our industry. And they have a long, proud history of supporting artists and their creativity, and we will continue to do so as the fight against unethical AI continues, saying that ban applies to artists, exhibitors, and guests. No AI-generated art. The challenge you're going to run into is, what if the finished piece wasn't spit out by an AI generator? That's going to be your legal loophole, where people are like, well,
right,
I did all this work, kind of like you said, James.
Right.
Yeah.
What percentage of it is what percentage of art is actual doing over creating? Yeah, and that's the even tougher question is I'm interested to see how this continues with like exhibitors specifically, because it's not only, I mean, it's not been as big of a problem in Artist Alley. It's still a problem in Artist Alley, but it hasn't been as big of a problem in Artist Alley as it has been in exhibitors. Being, printing out AI artwork and throwing them on tumblers, engraving them on tumblers, and or whatever you can imagine at this point, right?
T-shirts,
right? Yeah, printing things on blankets and stuff like that.
Yep.
And it's like, so I'm interested to see, because then you're like, but then here's the question, right? Is if they approach you at your booth and they say you have to prove that this is that you made this in some way, and then what are you going to say? Oh, I had an artist that I hired. Then you have to prove to them that that the artist you hired. So it's like, how are they going to enforce this, right?
Yeah. So are they putting the onus on us and convention goers to start reporting people? Because that gets ugly really quick.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And all it takes is being wrong one time.
Yep.
and someone being able to prove it in court, and that will get twisted right back around real quick.
Oh, I've got a wild one I'm going to bring up here in a minute, but Dave brings up a very good point. He can't use AI for his blacksmithing. Still has to pound that out all by hand. Yeah. Well, they do have machines now that help, but
yes.
So there's that. But so the part that got me, and I don't have the Reddit. Actually, I think I do have it pulled up, but I don't feel like pulling it up because that's too many clicks. I have so many tabs open right now. It's not even funny. The Reddit article, there was someone that jumped in and they said, thank God they're getting rid of AI. Now they need to get rid of all these 3D printers, all these laser engravers, all of these, what was the other one? And all these people that are ripping off copyrighted material. Then we'll have a real Comic-Con. And I don't know if they're being facetious or serious, but do you guys see that as a slippery slope? Mikkel, what do you think?
I am drawing power armor from a very well-known IP. So, so, man, I don't know. I don't want to say something and like offend people. I feel like
I'll type it in chat and I'll say it out loud.
How about I say it like this? I get asked a lot, can you draw anime? And I have nothing against anime. I don't have anything against people that draw anime. I like watching anime. But I don't like to do it because I cannot make it my own. If I draw an anime character, I'm literally going to try and replicate someone else's drawing. And there's no way for me to really make it like, oh, this is Mikkel drew this. I can tell that Mikkel drew this. Now, again, I'm not trying to rip on anybody that does anything anime. Please don't take it like that. Whoever's watching, please don't think I'm hating.
She totally is hating.
Yeah, that's totally. Just me. I'm a mean girl. But but it's just, for me, I don't like when I see, I guess I just don't like it when somebody takes like an actual cell from something and then doesn't really put their own thing into it. I like seeing something that's, I can recognize this character. This is a character that I'm very fond of. or this is a particular moment that I really like, but I like buying stuff or seeing stuff that is, oh, this was drawn by this person. This was painted by this person. This person did this. It's like Steve, I think you have some of the most recognizable style out there. So yeah, you drew a character that I know who it is, but looking at it, I knew that you drew it. You didn't just pause it and then print out a pause screen.
Right. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the same problem with anime. It's tough to like recreate an anime piece in like my style. I mean, I do it once in a while, but it's tough because it's just a lot. There's a lot to like navigate there.
Yeah. Ben brings up a very valid point. It says the last one being the copyrighted stuff, but meaning like 5 vendors and artists will be left if you don't allow fan art. So there's that.
Yeah.
The fan art thing, is interesting. I won't go into full detail because it's not legal counsel. It's not legal advice.
Yes.
But I talked to a rep from Disney at a show, and he told me what they look for, and he told me flat out, he's like, technically, vast majority of the time, you guys can win in court. If this goes to court, you can win. But if we give you a cease and desist, you can't afford to fight us, and you don't have the time to fight us.
Yeah.
So pretty much the big thing that they look for is the actual writing that says Disney, Marvel, character names. Is that on the product? And if it is, does it make your product look bad? That's pretty much it. I've got a feeling, though, if this turns into a thing, now that GalaxyCon has jumped on board, DragonCon is on board, I'm sure more convention scenes are going to start having, I think Flower City even said that they are officially banning AI art. So let's say you have somebody that was making a ton of money on it, is now banned, and wants to start raising a stink, and they start ratting out all kinds of people that they think are in the wrong. This is going to get ugly really fast.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents on that.
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm just so happy. It is sad that you have to think this way, but I'm really happy that I draw live, and I've been very diligent about showing my process. So it's like, but you shouldn't have to do that. If you're creating art and you like to do that privately, it shouldn't be like one of those things where you have to sit down and prove that this is what, I don't know.
Yeah.
You mean that's not AI art that you're drawing?
I know. No.
How many times have you been asked
erasing the white away?
Yeah.
that's all it is. Slowly, methodically erase. That's funny. How many times have you been asked if you make AI art, Mikkel?
Not much. I don't think my stuff is good enough to be AI. You can see that it's drawn. It's not perfect enough, I suppose. The funniest thing that ever happened to me was I was down in Orlando and I was drawing on, like, I'd set aside a little space on my table. So I'm sitting there drawing, and a kid comes up, and he must have been maybe like 15, and he's with his buddy, and he doesn't see me because I'm drawing and my stuff is kind of hiding me. And I overhear him tell his friend, well, these are all AI. And I was like, no, they're not. I chimed in. I was like, no, they're not. And he looks at me, looks down at the paper that I'm drawing on. And he's like, how do I know that these aren't AI? And I'm like, dude, I'm drawing like right now. Like,
how do I know you're not a robot?
Right. Like, I guess, kid, I can't convince you. I don't know what to tell you.
He just needs to start holding up pictures of boats and like, is this a boat or is this a boat? Tell me which one's the boat.
Give me a captcha.
Is it capsized in the ocean or no?
Yeah, that was probably one of the funniest ones because I was just like, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
that's funny. So apparently, I didn't hear anything about this one, but apparently this just happened a couple weekends ago up in Canada. Fan Expo, what would that have been? Vancouver, maybe? But apparently the police got called, but they didn't get called on the person with the booth selling art. They got called on the protesters that were protesting the booth.
Oh, wow.
I don't know the whole story. I could be completely wrong. So there is that. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently they were not fond of the idea of people protesting at the convention. I'm sure there's a policy on that. But I have it pulled up somewhere. I'm not able to find stuff very quick here tonight, but apparently somebody that was there said that this police officer was actually very helpful. He acted as a mediator between the protesters, the person running the booth, and the convention hosts. But ultimately, like, I'm pretty sure all they did was get it boiled down to, you guys can have a conversation and have a civil conversation, but after that, you need to be done protesting. So
all right.
not sure what Fan Expo is actually doing about any of this.
Yeah, that's interesting. They're probably trying to keep quiet. They're probably not trying to make a fuss about it. But
dude, no one wants confrontation. That's just human nature. Vast majority of people don't want. Some people want confrontation. I feel like Mikkel might be one of those.
I mean, it depends on the mood.
Hiding behind her prince so she can lash out at 15-year-olds. Just waiting.
Oh god.
But yeah, I mean, if you saw somebody that had obvious AI art at a convention, would you say anything? And who would you say it to?
Me,
other than the given of us getting on here and bitching about it. Who would you?
I take the stance of just making it more obvious that I'm not AI. But yeah, I don't know. Other than talking to my fellow actual artists, I would not say anything, to be honest with you. But however, I would, I guess, depending on where I was as far as like relationship wise with the showrunner, when they ask like, hey, you know, are you re-upping or whatever, and you just fill out the application, I might say something about it if it's obvious, like, hey, I just wanted to let you know in case you weren't aware, these guys were clearly using AI, blah blah blah. I mean, whatever. But again, it depends on the show and like how close am I with that person who runs the show. I mean, I got a couple of show runners that you know, I could clearly talk to, you know, but like if I went to like Fan Expo, I wouldn't be like, hey, yeah, this guy in A17 was a you know AI artist and blah blah blah. I'm not, because then the problem with that end is you don't, even though they say even though some of these shows might say they're AI, they might also be like, well, this guy is clearly a troublemaker.
Yeah. What if I just start drawing stormtroopers with 7 fingers? You know, like, what if that's my expression?
That's your artistic thing. That's your shtick.
Yeah, I like extra fingers. I like, I like that. Real quick, we got Chatel Arts on Instagram says he had a kid at Heroes Con did that to me, thinking my work was AI while I was literally drawing a Thanos commission.
That's crazy.
I think there's part of an audience that literally just does not know.
I feel like younger kids think everything is AI, and then older people think all AI is real.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. You have that generational gap. I mean, the younger kids, AI is shoved in their face, and the older kids or the older people are, you know, they don't really know much about it. So they're just assume, you know what I mean?
Michael says with 7 fingers, they'll still miss everything that they shoot at, being the stormtroopers.
Nice.
Nice. I like it. So, Mikkel, let's say that we're at a GalaxyCon here soon that has stated that they don't allow AI art. And lo and behold, the booth directly across from you, staring you smack in the face, is what appears to be an obvious AI artist. Are you gonna go say something? What's that look like?
So that is a loaded question. For in a short answer, yes. For GalaxyCon, I absolutely would.
No.
Okay.
Yep. For a GalaxyCon, I would. For other ones, I would if I have a showrunner that I know will not won't bounce back on me, I suppose. And like I said, I know for a fact of a person that routinely uses AI, and now this person does their work, but they're either tracing their work from AI and then going back over it. And they to their credit, they have stopped doing it quite as often. But I know that they did that for quite a bit of their portfolio. So I have never felt like I need to report that person. But so the thing about GalaxyCon sending out this email, I applaud the email. I'm happy to see the email, but it's going to be if we can see it in practice, or if it's just an email, a knee-jerk reaction. Oh, we got to get on the right side of this, make people like us, because I know, and I'm not calling out GalaxyCon particularly, but I know just walking around. Well, Steve, you and I have seen stuff that we're like,
Yep.
So it's one thing for a convention to say, oh, we're on your side, we support this. And then another thing for that convention to follow through with what they say they support. I really hope that email does mean that, they do support us. I think the email was great, but I would love to see it put into practice, I suppose.
I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, James.
No, I was just agreeing. Yep.
Yeah, I think the hard time that they're going to have is I did put a question on one of GalaxyCon's posts. I just said, hey, it's great that you have no AI policy, but what policies do you have in place to check and verify? And surprisingly, they have not responded to that, which means if you don't have a policy on how you're going to check it, you're going to run into some issues when it comes up.
Yep. Steve knows. He worked in an industry where
dude, we had binders and binders of policies, and I would actually get, because I'd been there for 20 years and I know so many of them so well. It was even a couple years after I left that company, I was still getting phone calls asking about policies. I'm like, I don't know. I don't work for you guys. You guys probably changed it 7 times. I don't know. Yeah. I wonder why I have these reoccurring work nightmares of working at that place again. So, I don't know. Did we talk about it? Did we cover it? We got any other thoughts on the AI stuff?
No. I mean, I can't wait to see what else. I mean, I'm seeing more shows coming out and saying that they're anti-AI now after this event. But to your point is how are they going to enforce it, and at what point is it a witch hunt? I don't know.
No. Yep, we will see. Let's see what else do we have here. We had another bit of news that James, you had sent me. This is kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm not experts on this subject matter, but apparently Robert Downey Jr. is threatening to quit the movie that he's in if all these Deadpool rumors heat up.
Yes. Yeah, so again, and these are all rumors though, and I don't know, is it rumors to hype train the movie, to hype train what's going on, or is it actual rumors that are actually happening? Who actually knows? But I mean, from what I've gathered, from what I've looked up and read, originally there was some sort of drama that was happening on set with RDJ, and Ryan Reynolds was what their first thing that came out was. And then I couldn't find anything that was actual substantial about that specific rumor. So then it came out that now the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool team is rewriting this script for this movie. They scrapped the entire script and they're rewriting the movie now, because Robert Downey Jr. is wasn't on board with the direction they were going. Apparently they were leaning more towards doing female-led Avengers movie, and so they're like, continuing down that path that's clearly losing them billions of dollars. So I don't know. I don't know what's actually happening. It's all hearsay at this point.
Interesting. Yeah, it says here that allegedly, according to our sources, who could be literally anyone,
yes,
a draft of the latest script of Doomsday is so bad that the writers are being forced to leave and new writers are coming, and allegedly that is at Robert Downey Jr.'s behest.
Yes.
And I have a hard time with it, with the fact that they paraded him out at whatever event this was. Was this last year, San Diego, New York, whatever it was?
San Diego Comic-Con, yeah.
I have a hard time believing that they would parade him out in Doomsday garb and then a year later be like, our script's not good. Maybe we should start over.
So there's a little more information from what I've looked into. And again, more hearsay / rumors. So feel free to chime in if you guys have heard anything different.
I haven't heard anything.
Oh yeah, if anybody in the chat has heard anything, let me know.
Yeah.
Is that RDJ was contracted when they approached him to be Dr. Doom, he was contracted to also do what's the word I'm looking for? Like tour with the group that was behind Ironheart. And that was not part of the original contract. That was part of that Disney decided to throw in there.
You're talking about doing like the press junkets and all that?
Press tour. Thank you. Yeah, the press tour for Ironheart. And that they threw it in his face. And that was part of the reason that RDJ's like kind of PO'd and stuff about everything that's going on is they threw it in his face that if he was going to be Dr. Doom, that he had to do a press tour with Ironheart, and he's like, I don't want to be part of this press tour.
Yeah, he wasn't in it.
Yeah, right. And so they forced him to do all these interviews and say that it was great and all sort of stuff. And like you could almost, and the reason I kind of believe this one is because you can almost tell in some of the interviews. I watched the interview, and it was so cringy how badly he was like. It felt so like forced that he was like parading the main actress girl about her performance and the show and stuff. It just was like really cringy. It was just really weird. It just seemed out of character for Robert Downey.
Very interesting. Mikkel, have you been following anything Marvel related?
No, I have no idea what you guys are talking about at all. I think the last Marvel movie I watched was the Avengers, where I'm sure, assuming anybody watching, I'm not going to spoil anything, where everybody came back, but I hadn't seen like 3 movies before that, so I had no idea
why were they gone.
Oh my God.
I was watching it and I was like, what the hell am I even watching right
You watched Endgame without watching Infinity War? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I watched. No,
I did. So confusing.
I did see Infinity War.
Oh, okay.
I saw something, but I had missed like 2 integral movies. So like one of them I watched, and I was like, "Where is Shield? Where are the good guys in the suits?" I thought there was like a whole thing, and my husband is just rolling his eyes at me and turning up the volume so he can't hear me. And so yeah, no, I am not in sync with anything you guys were talking about. Feel free to go ahead, and I'm just gonna listen.
All good. I guess the only commentary I really have here is that I think there's a side argument going on in the fandom that the issue is having female leads isn't interesting, which I think is wrong. Yes. I think the writing that they've done for a lot of the female leads has sucked.
Yes.
Like Ironheart. I did watch Ironheart.
Oh, did you like it? I haven't watched any of it yet.
There's parts of it that were really good. There were parts of it that felt like it was like a made-for-TV show, like it is. But it just felt like lower quality.
Yeah.
But the character arc, I don't care if I'm spoiling anything at this point, because if you haven't watched it, you're probably not going to at this point. But where she starts as a character, she ends up as a character by the end of the series. She gets no better. She makes the same decision that she made at the beginning. And whatever statement that they're trying to make is not a is not a heroic one. You know, like Spider-Man through his series of movies as Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like he has to make a big sacrifice, but at the end of it, he puts back on the mask and he gets out there and he's going to go fight crime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's like no redeeming moment for this girl through almost the entire series. Like you think it's going to be some redemption. You think that she's going to get on the right track. And at the end, she goes right back to where she was. And I don't know if they're trying to make a statement through that, but I'm like, if you want people to, Siri's listening in on me. My iPad just started chiming in.
What does Siri have to say?
Yeah,
she clearly has some input here.
It gave me multiple reading suggestions for different novels on eBay, is what it looked like.
That's weird. Trying to sell you something now.
Yeah. I feel like the writing that's gone on for a lot of these, not just female movies, but just movies post Endgame.
Yeah.
It's just been not the best writing.
Right.
It seems directionless. Seems like they don't want to make any real decisions because you need to reset back to 0 just in case someone else wants to do something different.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, I did hear somebody talking about it at a con, and they said that they had written themselves into a corner because they could not top what had happened with the Avengers movies. So they've written themselves into a corner. And apparently that made a lot of sense to the other dude because he was like, oh, yeah, that's a great way to put it. But from what I picked up on, it seems like that was like a finale, and I don't really know where they were, where it goes from there because I don't read comics. But I guess it makes sense if the writing has kind of slid down. Maybe they just kind of got themselves into this corner, and they're like, how do we follow that?
Well, yeah, I think so. Like part of the problem is the Marvel Cinematic Universe started as Marvel Cinematic Universe. By the time Endgame came, it was the end of Marvel Cinematic Universe and the beginning kind of Marvel Disney Cinematic Universe. So that's to me, that's kind of where I draw that line is that everything that's come out since like Infinity War Endgame, it's been that. And then they continue to make decisions in a way that's going to reflect on Disney positively. Well, they think anyways, and push that narrative. And that's kind of been the problem is that it feels kind of like they're not only pushing a narrative, but they're pushing a narrative with bad story writing, and they're not doing anything exceptional. Plus, you used all of your heavy hitter characters right out of the gate. So, the main characters in your whole entire universe, those people aged out of those roles, and they don't want to do it anymore because they're like, dude, I'm like 50 something, man. I don't want to be lifting weights every day.
Yeah.
So that's tough too. So they're kind of in that weird space as they have to kind of create new characters, and we all know that they can't seem to do that. They can't create new characters or rewrite characters and make a good story with them.
Ben chimes in with they did a great job starting with Kang, and then the actors. Yeah, Jonathan Majors thing did screw that up,
dude. And what's even worse is his ex-girlfriend has dropped all charges at this point, so he lost a role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for nothing.
That's awful.
Yep.
Now, granted, if she dropped the charges, was it because of a settlement, or did she drop charges because there wasn't anything there? That's part of that doesn't really come up, but the King the Conqueror thing, I didn't really get. Like Mikkel, I kind of fell off after Endgame. To me, that was like I could be done with this.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine got me back in.
Yeah,
but I feel like if they don't do something with the X-Men and come up with a killer cast that can take this, because think about it this way: the first Iron Man movie. Do you know when it came out? Very first one.
2012.
Mikkel, you got a guess? You got a guess?
Earlier than that.
Price is Right rules.
2011. Oh, no.
Oh, you both overbid.
Okay.
2008.
8. Okay. That would have been my second guess.
So I think it was Endgame was the 10-year anniversary of Marvel. So we are closer now to the 20-year anniversary, which is crazy to think. And in the first 10 years, you had this amazing like story arc and all these characters and this development of this company. And I don't know what to say about the last 7 years.
Yeah, it's tough. They really feel like they're trying to find something that just either isn't there or they're looking in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
It's crazy because there's so many comics.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me that they're struggling this much when there's so much content to pull from.
Yeah. Over 100 years, or I don't know, maybe not that much. Yeah, maybe almost 100 years of Marvel. Like it's a lot of comics.
The vast majority of Marvel stuff that I've sold has gone cold since I started doing this coming out of COVID. Like, no one's asking for Iron Man, no one's asking for Thor. The only ones I get asked about are Daredevil, Deadpool, Spider-Man more than anything, and then was it Ghost Rider? Those are like the 4. Every now and then I'll get a Wolverine request. Every now and then you'll get something else. Yeah, like Punisher in them. Like that's the only thing that people are really interested, at least talking to me at my table. That's all they really care about right now, which is an interesting lineup.
Yeah,
but I think X-Men could save it if Deadpool does a good job of bringing X-Men in and they get a good young cast that can carry on, like Deadpool joked about, that can carry on the franchise for the next 10 to 20 years. He joking but not joking, like he did in that movie.
Yes.
I think that's what they need to do.
Yeah, I agree.
But then again, even like Deadpool and Wolverine, you barely saw any of the Deadpool characters. You barely saw Colossus. You barely saw, I forget his girlfriend's name in that movie. Negasonic, you barely see her.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. So I don't know what we do with this information, friends, but it's not looking great. But if you want to talk, maybe we can get on the same playing field here. Mikkel, you might have some input on this one while we're talking about Disney's blunders and potential way back onto the right track, right? This could be the redemption moment. They have officially put out 9 new live action remakes that are on the way. If you didn't have enough of your Lion Kings being remade or your, I don't know what else has come out. Here's what they got coming down the road. Number 1 is Moana.
Moana, yeah.
Moana. I think everyone knows about that one.
Yes. Dwayne Johnson is playing his role. That'll be interesting.
The next one coming out is Hercules.
Okay.
Have you heard about this one?
I've not.
Mikkel, did you ever watch Disney movies, or did you just grow up like,
hating everybody?
Yeah, like voodoo dolls with like stabbing them with needles.
Oh my god!
No, I did. I really did. I have not seen Moana. I loved Hercules growing up. So I really, really liked Hercules. I don't know how much I'll like it without Danny DeVito in it.
You never know. He might still be in it.
Yeah, maybe.
He's only like 80 something.
Honestly, I feel like James Woods as Hades was like
oh yeah.
Dude, if they could get DeVito in there, that would be amazing.
That would be.
I would go see that if Danny DeVito was in it. I haven't seen an animated Disney anything other than like X-Men 97. That would be great. Ben says Danny did say he would play Phil again. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
If he played him more as his character from Always Sunny, it'd be even better. That would be amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Be a different kind of Hercules. Here's an interesting one. I would love to see how they pull, I don't know, Bambi off. It's on the list.
It's gonna be CGI'd.
Yeah, let's go get some real life deer and yeah,
That's awful.
Obliterate mama deer.
I guarantee that will not happen. That will not happen in the live remake. They might hint at it. I don't know. There's no way with the state of way Marvel is right now, or not Marvel, Disney is right now.
Yeah, same thing.
I just don't. I just don't think. Yeah, I just don't think that they would. I think they want to erase as much of their like negative history as possible. So this is interesting.
Mikhail, did you cry when you were little when Bambi's mom got shot?
No, I did not.
Makes sense.
That
Moving on. Makes sense. Let's see. Lilo and Stitch 2 is already planned on coming out.
Well, I haven't seen the first one.
Is it out?
I don't know if it's out. I mean, it was out on in theaters. I don't know if it's out on DVD yet, but
I guess it is. It brought in over $1 billion. Look at that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was out.
I don't think that's a big number for them, so I'm surprised.
I don't know. If you gave me $1 billion, I wouldn't be crying. Even if I had to spend $200 million to get that $1 billion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Don't ask me where I got $200 million.
I think if I started like cutting coupons, I could probably make $1 billion work. You know,
there's nothing more aggravating than the year of our Lord 2025 than going to the grocery store, opting to go to the human cashier because you think this person's paid to be here and let's support a real person. And the little old lady in front of you finally gets all of her canned goods rung up and then proceeds to pull out a zipper pouch the size of her checkbook that is stuffed full of coupons and proceeds to lay them out one at a time on the little counter there. And then doesn't understand why some of the coupons are no longer valid. Yeah, nothing more frustrating.
So, that sucks. Yeah.
Again, am I describing one of your behaviors again, Mikhail? I apologize.
No.
You got really quiet there. You got really quiet. It's like shit. Straining the relationship.
So here you can clip coupons in the Meijer app. That's our big grocery store here, and you can clip coupons beforehand, and they just automatically come out. So
they automatically come out.
Like it's on an app. So
yeah. Interesting.
That's cool.
Meijer down here got in some nationwide news recently. It was I don't know if you guys heard this story.
Yeah.
But yeah, they the headline, I think there's more to the story, but more or less that Meijer had fired a kid that was eating out of the trash can, that was walking to work and was, I guess, on the spectrum. So the headlines were very sensationalized. And if you start reading more than just a little bit of an article, you start to see that I believe the kid lived close enough that he would just walk, you know. I don't know if he can or can't drive or whatever, but it's not like he was walking 12 miles to work.
Yeah.
That I'm aware of. Could be wrong. But then the other bit is they also had a policy about not eating food that was already in the trash. Like if things are thrown away, you can't go eat out of the trash. If something's expired, you can't consume expired stuff. So it sounds to me like they wanted to fire this kid and they used these policies as a way to do it.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. So at any rate, they had to put out a apology nationwide. They had like people protesting there and stuff. And I don't know the whole story. I could be wrong all about it. The kid might live 200 miles away and it takes him all day to walk. I'd have no idea. But anywho, Meijer, go shop there if it's good, if you're allowed, if it's good. Let's see, Tangled. I never saw the first Tangled.
Tangled's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a Disney adult, but you know that one's pretty decent.
Yeah, I like Tangled too.
Is that Rapunzel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, apparently that is on hold, but maybe coming. We'll see. Oh boy, Hunchback Can't see this being problematic. Hunchback of Notre Dame, depending on where you're from. Let's see. Looks like it's on hold. Might have some issues with putting a giant hunchback prosthetic on somebody. Interesting. So that's on hold. You guys Hunchback fans?
No.
I loved the first one, yeah. Although, when the first one came out, I watched the Disney movie, and then I was like, I've always been a really big reader. So I was like, oh, I'm going to read the book. It's going to be exactly like the Disney movie. My God. I think that's where my bitterness came from. I think that's why I'm such a mean person, is because of that.
I feel
nice.
Like we're peeling back layers here tonight.
Yeah.
We're figuring out more. Yeah. We got some feedback from the audience here. Ben says that Bambi will most likely be like Lion King and be animated. I suppose it makes sense. They wouldn't want to, go obliterate a deer for.
Yeah.
Like, cut. That take was terrible. Bring out the next deer. I just got a conveyor belt of deer coming in.
That's awful.
They will probably change it to a truck for Bambi's mom. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Oh my goodness.
That's almost worse. It's less likely that a kid's going to be like out hunting with their parents than they're traveling in their family vehicle and hit a deer. That shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
All the time. Traumatizing. Cruella 2 is on the way. I didn't see the first one.
It was interesting. I don't know. My confusion and my wife's also is that this could have been its own story. We're not sure how this leads to the 101 Dalmatian situation. Because they're doing this weird thing where they're like justifying their villains. No. They're like trying, and like, I mean, villains are villains, dude. Like they're meant to be villains, not good guys. No. So yeah, I don't know. Cruella 2 has to explain what happens because
she starts killing puppies.
Right, like
that's gonna be a great story arc.
Yeah, yeah.
That might be rough.
Considering she gives them these two people the puppies apparently at the end of. Sorry if I'm ruining this for you, but at the end of the Cruella movie, yeah, if you haven't seen it,
oh my God,
if you haven't seen it at this point, you're not gonna see it. But like, she gives them the Dalmatians at the end. It's like one is like her like receptionist person, and then like the other is just some random guy, and then that's like so. Then it's very weird.
Nah,
you know what I mean? I don't know. So
yeah. You know what? Now I think about it, there was a fairly recent. I say fairly recent. This was probably like 6 years ago. Disney movie that I saw. Chip and Dale.
Oh my God, that was so weird.
I had a good time with that movie.
The live action thing they did.
They made a live action.
Was it live action?
Yeah. Well, it was like part live action. It was like trying to be like what's that movie? Roger Rabbit. Kind of. Yeah, it was like a Roger Rabbit thing where like they were like real toons, but they had real life, and then one of them had surgery to become 3D, which was weird.
Yeah,
it was so weird.
I freaking love that. This whole movie was fantastic.
I liked the Sonic character. That was funny as hell.
He was totally unexpected.
Yes.
I knew literally nothing about this movie. And then I was sitting there watching it with my nieces, and there's Roger Rabbit. Speak of the devil.
Yes, Ben. This is where they had the ugly Sonic.
Yeah, so it's kind of like live action.
Signing things, and then he ended up getting a job.
There were parts of the movie that I felt were a little slow because they actually had to have like story and like character development.
Yeah,
but I thought the jokes were pretty good, and I really like the idea that he got, what was it, the 3D implants or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
3D surgery.
I might go back and watch this movie.
And The Lonely Island was in it.
I might have to have a couple things. But
this was weird, especially, I thought it was weird, especially for like Disney. I'm like, this is a Disney film? This is so weird. But no, it was all right. It was all right.
They need to do another Roger Rabbit. Like with this kind of humor.
Yes.
Like I guess this is kind of what that is, but Yeah. Anywho, I thought it was good. Apparently, James hated it. James
I
hates
didn't say
good
I hated
movies.
it. I just thought it was weird, bro.
This is where they brought back ugly. Yeah, it was they even made a joke about the whole Sonic movie that like he lost his bit in that. And now he just does the convention scene. I thought that was hilarious.
Yes. Yes, that was funny. Yeah.
Anywho, are we at the end of the list here? Let's see. We got Robin Hood's coming out. Maybe.
That's weird.
I don't know.
I mean,
that was a Robin Hood with a fox.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, are we gonna do like furries dressed up as live action? It doesn't make any sense.
They would make a killing, dude. If Robin Hood came out, that Disney Plus subscription would go through the roof, or it would get hacked. One of the two. Dude,
my goodness,
people would go nuts.
Yeah.
Black Cauldron. That was
I don't even know what that
is.
That's old school.
Old.
I've never seen that one.
Can't
beat Men in Tights. I'm with you, Ben. Can't beat that movie. Yeah. Why? What? Nothing else would beat that. Nothing that Disney could do would top that movie.
Well, Spaceballs 2 is what I'm looking forward to the most, but that has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about here.
That's not Disney, my friend.
So that is so that is the end of the list here. I'm looking forward to literally none of these, and I think I accidentally clicked on something. That screen is going absolutely nuts.
More ads.
Yeah, it's literally just loading pages and pages of ads. Anywho, live action movies. Are we for them or against them? Take a vote. I'm against them.
I'm 50-50. I don't have a what are we there? I mean,
James,
it's entertainment.
James is on the fence. Mikkel, for them, against them.
I don't watch things. I don't watch things. So
I apparently watch too much TV. Everybody I talk to is like, I don't watch anything. I'm like, I don't watch everything.
I'm gonna read Mikkel's answer as she is against them. And that means that the official stance of the Points of the Crown podcast is we are officially against live action Disney reinterpretations.
Okay.
Now, I will meet you in the middle. If the live action is all done with hand puppets, then and only then am I for it.
Okay, wonderful.
I'm a reasonable man. I will make concessions. I will meet you in the middle, but I will not just give away the farm.
Did you like the thumb movies?
Those freak me out, dude. That was big in like late 90s, early 2000s.
Those were ridiculous.
What was it? Thumb Wars?
Thumb Wars. Franken Thumb, I think was one. There's a couple of them.
This is my buddy was a diehard fan. I'm like, where are you even finding these things?
They should make the Dark Thumb.
What are you guys even talking about?
You've never seen the Thumb movies? Oh my god!
Look at this. This is like circa 2002, 2003.
Yes.
This is.
What the fuck is this?
They were just like thumbs with animated faces.
Who are you? I am Ooby Doo Banooby. I have the silliest name in the galaxy. What's your middle name? Scooby Dooby. Ooby Doob Scooby Dooby Banooby? One and the same. And you must be.
Nope.
I don't know how they got so popular because they're just ridiculous. There's like not even real entertainment. We must have been so bored.
You know, I think back then, like if you were actually smoking joints, it was probably amazing. Nowadays, I feel like everyone is just stoned all the time, just high on whatever vape they have. You know, whatever gummies they're gnawing on.
Sure.
Yeah. I had other stuff pulled up. It's gonna take me a quick moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to end the Disney segment so quickly.
Oh, what the heck? You should have been better with that.
Oh, poor host.
Awful.
Real quick, let's talk about shows you guys have coming up. James, where are you going to be at next?
I am going to be at Flower City Comic Con here in Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited. Mostly because I need that con money. But yes, I'm excited. I got a couple of regulars I'm excited to see. I haven't seen in over a year, so
that will be good.
Yep.
I'll talk about Flower City here in a second. Mikkel, where are you going to be next?
Oh, next one is Des Moines.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Des Moines, huh?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Remind me, where's Des Moines?
Iowa.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's the land of Slipknot.
Iowa.
Nice.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Have you done that one before?
No, isn't this the first year for it?
So it's the first year for GalaxyCon. Last year was Nightmare / Animate. And it really kind of felt like, why didn't they just make this a GalaxyCon?
Oh, okay.
Because if I remember correctly, they also had like pro wrestlers there and stuff. So it's like you're just one like Marvel TV guy away from being a GalaxyCon. You know, you're like one Power Ranger and that's it.
That's funny.
So I had talked to Kurt last year, and he said that they're changing the layout, they're changing everything to match kind of what they've been doing with GalaxyCon. They were experimenting with like splitting zones for like the animate section and the nightmare section, and now that's GalaxyCon. It's just kind of going to that standard format, which I think will be good. But this is where I have bad news, friends. Bad news. I number one am very bad at running a business. Let's just get that out there, out in the front.
I think we all are. It's okay.
Whatever is it? Right brain is the creative side, and the left brain is the math and like not necessarily common sense, but like logic and stuff.
Yes.
So the right brain's been doing pretty good lately. Left brain is taking a hit. It's not as good as it used to be. We'll say that. So last night, because I usually wait till literally the last minute to book hotels, but I decided to go and just knock out this whole month last night, just booking stuff.
Yeah.
So I booked for this weekend. This weekend I'll be at Smoky Mountain Fan Fest. Our good friend Ben in the audience, you'll be there too, right, Ben? I think I've asked you like 5 times, and I think you said yes all 5 times. But anywho, we'll be there. That should be a good show. Then I started booking my hotel for next weekend. And next weekend's Flower City. So I get my hotel booked. Everything's good. Oh, Ben's already there.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. I'll be leaving first thing tomorrow.
Where is Flower City? Where's
Rochester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so so I go to book my Iowa hotel after I booked my Rochester hotel, and then so you know what? Let's just double check. I need the address for where the convention's going to be. Let's just double check that real quick. Make sure it's in the same building, all that good stuff. I see the dates, and the dates for Iowa aren't the 27th. They're next weekend, the weekend of Rochester. And I could have sworn that some shenanigans had gone on, that GalaxyCon must have moved their dates, this, that, the other. And no, I'm just really not detail oriented. As it turns out, when it comes to like dates and numbers, I wrote down last year's dates in the this year dates section of the spreadsheet. So I had to make a judgment call, and it pains me to say this because I really do enjoy Flower City. I will not be attending Flower City Comic-Con.
Darn.
I'll be driving out to GalaxyCon.
Boo!
Yeah, it was not an easy decision to make, but
Totally get it.
yep. Unfortunately, it had to be done. So
you don't have anybody out there that you can say, hey, can you sell my stuff for me? And then you can come to Flower,
turns out the only people I know that are from Iowa are Slipknot.
Okay. All right.
And I did hit up Corey. He said he was busy.
Damn.
Something about being in 3 bands.
Yeah.
And all the other members, I couldn't understand them. They were wearing a mask. They were wearing a mask when they were talking to me. So it was kind of hard.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yo, we got Steve Rognus. What's up, Steve?
Steve, what's
traveling. So Steve Messenger Art, traveling the galaxy. I certainly feel like it. I need to get some new tires on the van before this winter.
Ooh, yeah. Yikes.
And the real exciting adult things to talk about. Yeah. So yeah, I really don't know what else to talk about other than I've got a couple questions from Reddit tonight. There's some fun ones. We can do both. But unless you guys have anything in the chat that you want to add in, feel free to do so. Mikkel, I don't know if you've ever participated in the question of the week.
Oh.
So this is a new segment. I find questions from Reddit, and you can answer truthfully. You can come up with a funny answer, whatever you want. The first question, at the stage, is aliens have given you 60 seconds to show them 2 items to prove humanity is worth saving. What do you show them? I agree, Steve. You got 60 seconds.
God, I have no idea.
Hey Siri, start a timer for 60 seconds. All right, you got 60 seconds. What are you going to show them? Time's ticking. Friends in the chat, feel free to chime in. You have 60 seconds to show 2 items to prove humanity is worth saving. 40 seconds. Tell you what, if you guys can come up with one answer each. Steve says, a copy of Penthouse.
Oh, God.
Chris says, my wiener and a T-bone steak. Perfect.
Oh, God.
It's different when you're on the show. It's like you're on a game show. You can't think.
Yeah, I've got nothing, man. I don't know.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, they just annihilated all of humanity. You could have said, picture of my kids, picture of my wife, picture of my husband, picture of my kid, my dog, you could have said any of those, and your family would have been like, weak answer, but I'll take it. Thanks for looking out, Ma, Dad.
You know what? I didn't think of that. I was thinking of like physical objects. Yep. Like I'm like, I don't know, man. Like what? I don't know. Like that's crazy. Maybe a Xanax pill.
There you go. A Xanax pill.
Yeah.
What's up, Chris? Good to see you, buddy. Maybe if you put the Xanax pill in a cupcake or something, or a piece of cheese.
Well, that makes us worth saving. We're trying to trick them into eating the Xanax.
You're gonna chill out, pop them a Xanny. I think if it were me, I would do the thing like you get like a football. And you're like, think fast, and you throw it right at them, so they flinch. And when they flinch, I have 2 choices. I can either run. My second object would be a smoke grenade, so I can get away. I could either run, or my second answer would be pull out a bazooka and blast them.
Oh, okay.
And then you all could thank me for saving humanity.
Yes.
Yep.
Or for starting an intergalactic war. But...
Yeah, well, at least we got the first shot in. We didn't go quietly into the night.
We could show them the broken yacht.
Yeah. Chris says, so we got a penthouse, a dick pic, and a steak. That's the best your audience could do. I'm proud of this. This is what I call home.
Yeah. Go with them, Ben says.
All right. Well, since y'all couldn't come up with a better answer, we'll do one more question of the week.
Yeah, sorry. Yikes.
I'm fairly disappointed, but you have a chance to redeem yourself.
Okay.
What is the creepiest real life story you know that still sends chills down your spine?
Oh.
I'll start with don't listen to me. Just think about your creepy story. Think for a moment. I'm going to share a buddy's creepy story. It's not my own, but a buddy of mine, he was probably 11 or 12. His parents had gone for the weekend on a trip somewhere. And that was back when you're 11 or 12, you could be left at home with your brother, It'll be fine. Just call, Aunt so-and-so if you need any help. Well, you're listening to the story. You're not thinking about your own. That's the problem. You're agreeing with me. So he said he went to bed. They had stayed up playing video games. So it's probably 1, 2 in the morning. And he had fallen asleep, and he wakes up to what sounds like something walking around the house. And he said that he looked down at the base of his door, a little space between the door and the floor, and he saw what looked like a flashlight go across the floor. And then it sounded like they opened his brother's door and then ran out of the house. He said they finally got the courage to get up and go see what it was, and the door was wide open and there was no one there.
Yikes.
He thinks it was aliens. I think it was maybe, I don't know, a burglar who was like, let's burgle this house that looks empty because there's no car in the driveway. And was like, oh shit, there's kids here. Maybe we should go. Or maybe it was a friend of theirs that was going to come over and play a joke and then freaked out. But he thinks it was aliens. And when I confronted him with my possible answer,
logical theories.
Yeah, more like maybe it was a bandit trying to steal a VCR or something.
Yeah.
He's what did he say? He's like, no, it couldn't have been that. Like, yeah, definitely aliens. And aliens.
Yeah.
It was aliens.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you guys have had that much time. You had more than 60 seconds.
I got one. Yeah, I got
a creepy story. Let's hear it.
Yeah. All right. So this didn't happen to me, and it didn't happen to anybody I actually know. Okay, so I'm going to put that out there. So this could be a fake story. It was doctored. It could be any of these things. But this is the creepiest thing I could think about because I legitimately had chills down my spine when I heard and watched this story. So I don't know if any of you guys like watching like ghost shows or like people telling about their ghost shows. There's one show called Caught on Tape Caught on Camera or something paranormal Caught on Camera. And one of the episodes dude creeped me out. It was fascinating, but it was super like, I still think about it. I'm like, good Lord. And call me a wimp if you want to later after if you've heard the story. So these people move into this house. They're living in this house for a while, and strange things kind of start happening. They find random things start becoming disheveled, and things are going awry. And then one morning they wake up and their house is trashed. Like things were taken out of the fridge, smudged all over the walls, and
chocolate milk's gone.
Yeah, probably half the chocolate milk is gone all over the floor. Yep. Yeah.
Awful.
So the creepy part of that part is that they kind of started to think like, okay, there's something going on in this house, because there was there was like some sort of weird like paw or claw on the wall, and you could see it here and there throughout the wall. Like it was on the walls and the ceiling and stuff. Like you can see like there was a spot here where it clearly walked, and then like, so it was like, whoa, okay. So they decided, I guess the mom decided that this was a spirit that needed quelling after some research online or whatever the situation was. But like, so she had actual footage of like walking through the house and seeing these like footprints and stuff and whatever. And so they started recording more and more. And
did you watch Paranormal Activity?
It's paranormal caught on camera.
Was it a movie called Paranormal Activity?
No, it's not a movie. No. I know what you're talking about, but no.
It would be hilarious if you watched that whole movie and you thought it was like a documentary.
No. These were actual. This was actual footage being shown by this lady as she was being interviewed.
Curious to see it. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was good. So she decides to offer it something. Offer this entity creature. Yeah. Oh yeah. Super logical. The father still doesn't believe that this is paranormal and that there's clearly somebody like coming into our house and screwing with them. So they actually set up like an altar and like make like a prayer saying like, we offer this to you, you know, feel free to, you know, I don't know, imbue yourself with that, with energy, with this little cat figurine.
It seems so counterintuitive. That is crazy.
I know, right? Like, I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, that'll get rid of it, right?
So the father is pissed off, and he takes this cat doll. Like after a week or two of like nothing happening, he's like, this is stupid and whatever. We're not praying to this stupid cat thing. He
logical
whips it,
fatherly response, yes.
Right, whips it out of the house,
mm-hmm.
Breaks it. Because it's like,
it
was porcelain.
Oh God!
And things started to get worse, dude. Like way worse. They had to move out of the house because that was it for them. But still, like, it freaked me out. Like just seeing like the pictures that they took and like things happening. Like the daughter had scratches on her back before they moved out. Like it was crazy, man. Nice. It was crazy. Yeah.
Mikkel, have you ever set up a altar to pray to a demon or spirit?
I do it nightly. Yeah.
Absolutely
not.
The way to do it.
Go same thing with the voodoo doll that you play with. Yep.
Yeah. No. That's a hard no for me. I was raised pretty staunchly Catholic. And so all that stuff I was always taught to stay away from, and I have stayed away from it because I don't think that you should screw with certain things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Interesting. Well, if you find any clips from that video or something, I'd be curious to see it. Feel free to send it to me.
Yeah, definitely.
But Mikkel, do you have any creepy stories that still sends down your spine? Still sends chills down your spine?
I do, but mine is not paranormal.
That's fine.
So the one that comes to mind for me was I was still working at a bar. And so you get out at like 2:15, 2:30 in the morning. And I this guy had been in the bar by himself for most of the night. And then he left and he was, he's pretty gone. But didn't think much of it. And then as you're leaving the bar, it was kind of on the outskirts of a mall. So the whole mall parking lot is super dark. And there's you pull out of the bar and there's two gas stations on either side of the kind of the road that the bar was off of. And as I'm driving, I happened just at the last freaking second to see this dude in his car facing the road. And I saw him pull out behind me. And so instead of turning right the way that I would go to my apartment at the time, I turned left. I don't know what made me turn left, but I was just like, I'll go around the block and then I'll go back. Cause I don't even know why. I have no idea why I did it.
That's a good instinct though.
Yeah. And, obviously it was the guy from the bar, but at the time I didn't know that. It was just some guy that was watching the road and just kind of being weird. Anyway, so I turned left instead of right. And he follows me. So I'm like, no big deal. So I go, it's on like a highway. So in order to go the other way, I had to do like what we call them a Michigan left, but you have to go around the median.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
you guys got weird roads up there.
So I had to go around the median. So he followed me around and went the other way. And I was like, well, no big deal. Maybe he's going this way. So I did it again. So I was going the same direction that I would have been going. And he did it again. And so now I'm like, shit.
Now you know.
So I call my manager, hoping he's still there and he's not picking up his phone. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go back into the mall so that I can go through the mall parking lot into the bar parking lot. I can get back to the bar through the mall. And this guy follows me so close. I mean, his taillights, I couldn't see his taillights. I could see his face in the from the light from my taillights. He was so close.
Yeah.
He followed me through the mall parking lot. And at this point, I'm starting to panic. So I'm driving real fast. I'm like, you know, I'm surprised I didn't hit something because I was driving so fast in around this parking lot. Pitch black. I finally pull into the bar. Luckily, my manager was outside. I pulled into the bar and I yelled for my manager, Mike. I was like, hey, this guy's following me. The guy pulled back into the bar behind me.
That's wild.
Took one look at my manager, who was huge, and peeled off. And my manager ended up driving, like following me home.
Damn.
Yikes.
Yeah, that was scary. But then a couple days later, same dude was on the news for killing somebody.
Oh.
So
I
have no, and I still to this day do not know why I just turned the wrong way. I was like, maybe I'll just turn the wrong way. But that was probably one of the creepiest things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, yikes.
That was the equivalent of like when you take a ticket to Chuck E. Cheese to get like a bouncy ball or something. That was your Catholic reward for staying away from all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
He
that
just
was
turned
my
in
freebie.
Yeah, he turned in some tickets on that one. There you go. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's awful.
Yeah. So it wasn't paranormal or anything, but definitely creepy.
Yeah, definitely doesn't have to be paranormal. That is awful. Well, I've got one story of my own. I'll let you choose. I have actually two stories, but I'll only share the one that you choose. And you guys have to vote. You can either hear about the exorcism or the poltergeist.
I vote exorcism.
Yeah, we can go with that.
All right. So I'm like 17. It's summer. I'm helping out at a church camp. And I'm there for 2 weeks. And it just so happens that I found myself in a situation where I was dating the lifeguard, and it was kind of cool. But we're at church camp, so we can't do anything too crazy, right? So there's one night where we go to like, there's this field where you can see all the stars at night. I'm like, this is awesome. This is going to be great. She fell asleep instantly, which is fantastic. So I'm just laying there in a field thinking like, could be having so much more fun back down at the cabin with the guys, you know, as part of the staff. So we would like stay up late, drink Mountain Dew and shit. But then I hear out of nowhere this really creepy, evil laugh, like it's cackle, like, you know, almost, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it was awful. So I wake her up. I'm like, hey, let's get you back down there. You know, I didn't tell her about the evil, creepy cackle, but so I go back down to the cabin. Mind you, I said I'm part of the staff. So I walk down and instantly it starts to feel like I'm in a dream. I'm walking into a scenario that doesn't feel real, right? I'm like dissociating or whatever it's called. And I go over and sit down, and the pastor's saying that he's describing something. He said, yeah, so I go in and this girl, she's in the cabin, and she's like in the girl's bathroom. She's sitting on the floor, and she's like rocking back and forth, leaning against the wall, like half screaming, half reacting to things that are hitting her. She's describing all this stuff that she's seeing, and they're all fucking like demons and shit. And it's just him talking. Like no one else is asking questions, nothing. He's just telling this whole story. And he's like, so I just closed my eyes, and he said, I just started praying. And he said, I didn't pray out loud, but I said, you know, whatever these demons are, God, make them go away. And he said, as soon as he prayed it in his head, this girl said, they look scared. They're running away. And he's like, well, that was kind of immediate. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So he's just praying for the girl to like, you know, come back and be normal. And like, if you were anywhere else, someone would be calling 911 and getting an ambulance, right? Like,
yeah.
This is church camp though. So like, you know, we're gonna try that stuff first. Well, then she says that there's one more that's left, and his name is, she named it, and he's not afraid he's not going away. And then the pastor said he starts praying specifically that name would go away, that God would cast him away. And again, he said he's not praying out loud. He's only praying in his head. And as soon as he did that, she said, "Oh, he's leaving. Oh, he's gone." And as soon as she said he's gone, she like her whole body relaxed. And she was kind of back to normal. And she's like, "What happened? Where am I?" Like, whatever. And it was like nothing happened.
Whoa.
So he's like, and then I came back here. I'm like, wait, this is something that literally just happened? And he said, yes, this literally just happened. And I'm like, I just heard the most evil demonic laugh I've ever heard up at that field. And this totally coincides with the timeline.
That's crazy.
So that was creepy. But the thing that still sends chills down my spine is that no one was like, should we get her to a doctor?
Yeah.
Like, maybe we should like get medical attention. No, it was like, here's a juice box, get back to bed.
Yikes.
Yeah. It's wild though, man. There are stories that came out later that there were girls that were going up to that same area that we were at to look at the stars. There's like bathrooms up there. Mm-hmm. That apparently one night one of the counselors found them up, not while we were there, but at a different camp, like different session they were doing. They literally had an altar on the floor. They had like candles and shit. And apparently they were trying to summon demons so they could fight them for Jesus. These girls are like 10 or 11, like God. 60 pounds soaking wet. And they're starting their own Power Rangers group in a bathroom.
Oh my God.
To fight demons.
Good Lord.
I'm not telling you all how to raise your kids. If they're spending a lot of time in the bathroom, you could have one of two things on your hands. And I can't talk about either, really. There's rules about that sort of thing. But just take care of your kids, man. That's all I'm saying. That's the moral of that story. Pay attention that they're not putting blood sacrifice. I think they had a dead chicken, is what they had. They had like a dead chicken. Yeah. Like, Lord. Mikkel, did you ever sacrifice a chicken in a bathroom?
That was one of my favorite things to do when we had sleepovers in middle school, actually.
So it's so crazy. I used to go to this church camp for 2 weeks. And we would ritualistically slaughter animals in the bathroom.
Oh my God, dude. Man. That's crazy.
Which again, it's like how they get this chicken.
Okay. Yeah.
No chickens around.
Yeah. Where did they bring this chicken from?
What's up, Jay? What is good, man?
What's going on?
Jay got me some I believe it was you, right, Jay, that got me the info on some 3D sculptors, I believe. That's how bad my memory is. I know I had a conversation. I believe it was Jay, but I don't want to falsely give credit. Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Dude, my brain, I'm telling you, coming off of that Chicago, whatever that bug is that I had, I mean, brain fog like they talk about with COVID. Just like can't focus, it's been bad. I'm gonna have to look into that though. It won't be for this Kickstarter, but I really want to get a 3D sculpt of some of my characters. Anywho. Well, Jay unfortunately came just in time as a what? I missed all kinds of chats here. Just 3.6 Joker. That would be cool. I sent Steve nudes too, and he still don't remember. Wow. JK. Yes, please make sure you clarify that you were joking there. Yes.
No, I don't believe he's joking. That's weird, Jay.
That was someone recently asked me about doing NSFW stuff and like why I don't do like full on NSFW. I'm like, you'll be surprised what kind of stuff gets sent to your mailbox. It's gonna be stuff that you can't unsee.
That's funny.
Anywho, well, I think we're gonna call it here. Do you guys have any closing things you want to plug? Your websites or Instagrams or James?
Yeah, I'm just sketching the beast everywhere. I just came out of the Patreon site, so please feel free to check that out. It is free to sign up. But I also have, some paid tiers if it's something you're interested in. I'll have a lot of really cool stuff coming soon. So
nice. Yeah, I appreciate you hanging out, man. Mikkel, do you have anything that you want to plug? Websites or Instagrams or
my Instagram is Geisha_Geisha Ninja, and then my website is just www.mikkeloverholtz.com. Pretty boring.
unless you want to slaughter some chickens.
Yeah.
To summon Beelzebub.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out. Chat, thanks for being great. Please hit that like button on your way out, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.